So what we are going to be talking about today is when to post on Buffer and when to post directly on the platform that you are trying to interact with. Because I know that sometimes there are some features that you want to use that Buffer doesn't quite have available, or there are some other things that you might just need to do on that native platform like Instagram or Facebook. That means that you shouldn't post on Buffer. So that is what we are going to cover today, and let's get started. So we're going to be comparing the difference between Buffer today and Facebook specifically, because Facebook has some of the same drafting and scheduling features as Buffer. So it's the best tool for comparison. So here in Buffer, you can see that you should really be scheduling large volumes of posts. Now, there's nothing scheduled in here right now, but it's also good for sharing across multiple platforms at once. But there are some features that you cannot use. Like, for example, if you want to tag someone in a post to kind of connect their page to yours, you can't do it. Buffer doesn't have that functionality. And as you can see, that's something that a lot of people might want to use. You also have to be reminded for certain images if they go outside of that traditional square size. You have to be reminded of posts or stories depending on how big they are. So that's sometimes rather inconvenient and might just be easier to post directly on the app. Buffer's great for tracking things like analytics. For some accounts, it's good for drafting. It's good for scheduling in specific time slots. There's even a way that you can shuffle all of the posts that you have queued up right now if you don't necessarily have anything super timely like a holiday sale or something for New Year's. But posting directly on the platform gives you a lot of that functionality back, where you can tag pages, you can set up events, and you can use all of the features like events, checking in, advertising, having polls, and all these different things that apps want you to use and boost your page if you use more of their features. But it's not something that you can do from Buffer. Buffer is really just a tool for tracking analytics and scheduling large volumes of posts to go off at different platforms all at the same time. So you're going to want to post directly on the network if you have something different you want to say on, say, Facebook versus Twitter. If you're posting an image outside of the Instagram size requirements, or if you want to use one of the Instagram features. Now on Facebook, you can see that there is still some analytics. There aren't really in the same place, and it's a little bit harder to read than on Buffer. And you don't get that same analytic functionality on Twitter and Instagram directly, so that's when you're going to want to use Buffer to track those analytics. All right, I hope you learned something new today,